साथियों नमस्कार। हम लोग पिछले लेक्चर में भी बीपीएससी पीवाईक्यू का मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं और उसके साथ साथ जनरल साइंस में फिजिक्स कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं और आज एक न्यू लेक्चर दैट इज केमिस्ट्री का पीवाईक्यू देखेंगे घटना चक्र का। एंड इस पीवाईक्यू के माध्यम से हम लोग बहुत सारा ये समझेंगे कि किस टॉपिक से अधिक क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है। तो अधिक डिले नहीं करते हुए चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं आज का ये लेक्चर। वेलकम टू आईएएस पीसीएस फैकल्टी। तो फिर लेट्स स्टार्ट। फर्स्ट केमिस्ट्री का स्टार्ट करेंगे, एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर से बात करेंगे। दैट इज हु इज कॉल्ड द फादर ऑफ मॉडर्न केमिस्ट्री? दैट इज लेवोजर। सी who was the first one to propose the modern model of the structure of an atom? The answer will be answer है इसका J.J. Thomas, D. The first person to propose the model of structure was uh, J.J. Thomas in 1898. Proposed the pump and plunging model. The Dalton atom theory is successfully explained in law of conservation of masses. Yes, and law of constant composition. Yes, the law of multiple properties. That is answer will be 1, 2 and 4. C. C is the correct option. We move to next question. Particles which has been added to the molecules of an atom without changing its chemical properties are, that is, neutrons. If neutrons are added to the molecules of an atom, the chemical properties remain unchanged. The molecules is made up of molecular particles, protons and neutrons. These particles are also called nucleus. The the possibly the positively charged parts at the center of an atom is called an, that is, nucleus. The positively charged parts of center of an atom is called nucleus. The nucleus is center core of an atom. The nucleus, protons, neutrons are present is called nucleus. Which substances particles are negligible in masses? That is electrons. The electrons are negatively charged subatomic particles are that moves around the atomic number. The changes of an electron is 1.602 multiplied by 10 to power minus 19 C. Which of following is incorrect in option? That is A. The correct answer will be A. The atom is electrically neutral due to the presence of protons and electrons inside the nucleus. Which fundamental particles are present in the nucleus of an atom? That is protons and neutrons. The atomic nucleus is made up of protons and neutrons. The masses of nucleus is due to the protons and neutrons. And the positively charged of the nucleus is only due to protons. Protons and neutrons together are called the nucleus because they are constituent of an atomic nucleus. The components of an atomic nucleus are, that is, protons and neutrons. Which of the following element does not contain neutrons? That is, correct answer will be C, that is hydrogen. Hydrogen, atomic number 1, the common isotopes of hydrogen, plutonium, has no neutron. The heavy hydrogen isotopes, deuterium, has one neutron, and which the very heavy hydrogen isotopes, plutonium, has two neutrons. The number of electrons and neutrons in an element of 18 and 20 respectively, the mass number is, that is 38. The sum of numbers of protons and neutrons present in nucleus of an atom is called its mass number. The mass number of a nucleus is the sum of the number of neutrons and protons. Which particle is free of charges? That is neutron. Neutron is electrically neutral. Subatomic particles, the mass of neutron is nearly equal to that of protons. The neutrons was discovered in 1932 by the scientist James Chadwick. The number of neutrons in the molecules of plutonium nucleus 9 is, that is correct answer will be 148. Isotopes and element differ in, that is the mass number. Isotopes are the nuclei of atomic nuclei in which the number of protons is same but the number of neutrons is different. Which of the following contain the same type of atom? That is neutral element. The same type of atom are found in the form of negative element. Which of the following is the electron configurations of metallic element? That is 2882. Colloids or have a particle size range between 10 to power minus 9 meter to 10 to power minus 6 meter. The modern atomic symbols are based on the method proposed by Berzelius. The smallest particle of element which formed molecules and taken part in chemical reaction without being decomposed are called atom. The modern atom symbols are based on the method proposed by the Berzelius. Which of the following element has the largest atomic radius? That is lithium. So we move to next topic, that is physical and chemical change solution. An example of physical change is dissolving of sugar in water. D. Correct option will be D. The physical process is a process in which removing the cause and substance involving return to its original state. The physical process is temporary and reversible. Dissolving change in water is a physical change because the sugar can be obtained again by evaporation. Which of the following is not a physical change? That is burning coal. Burning coal is an example of chemical change, whereas melting of ice and dissolving salt in water is an example of physical change. Chemical change occur as a result of chemical reaction, while the physical change occur when the form changes but the chemical composition does not change. We move to next question. According to the chemistry, which is the following example of physical change? That is boiling of water. Boiling of water is a physical change because when heat removed, the water vapor return to its original state. Water. Other example, melting of ice, melting of wax, etc. What is the law? What is the law in which under the same condition of temperature and pressure equal volume of all gases contain equal number of molecules? That is Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law Avogadro's law is the at the same temperature and pressure equal volume of an ideal gases contain the same number of particles or molecules. The number of molecules is 1 gram mole of a gas is called the Avogadro's number. What is condensation? The changing of vapor into liquid is called condensation. When the gases changes into liquid, the process is called condensation. The condensation is a process in which vapor gas cool down and changes into the liquid state. Example: cloud, fog, rain, etc. The amount of solute present per unit volume and per unit masses of the solution and solvent is known as, that is correct answer will be D, concentrations of solution. Elect Electrolysis of water is, correct answer will be B, decomposition reaction. Faraday constant in a universal constant, correct answer will be D. Faraday constant is a universal constant. The value approximately 96485 coulomb per mole. The total amount change carried by 1 mole of electrons is defined as the Faraday constant. For two liquid A and B to form an ideal solution of in enthalpy of mixing should be zero. The obtained an ideal solution by mixing liquid A and B. The enthalpy of mixing must be zero. In an ideal solution, there is no interaction between the molecules. Zero, zero enthalpy means during the mixing heat is neither absorbed nor released. The process of separating the different dissolved const the process of separating different dissolved constituents of a mixture by which absorption of an approximate materials is called, that is C. Chromatography. Chromatography. The process of separating different liquid components of a mixture by absorbing on, on an suitable substance is called chromatography. The method is based on the fact that different components of a mixture have a different absorption of capacity. Therefore, they get absorbed at a different distance on an absorbent substance. These are thus separated. The process of solid camphor is into a camphor vapor is called, that is sublimation. D. The process of converting solid camphor into vapor is defined as sublimation. Subsolid whose heat does not change into the liquid state. Instead, they directly change into vapor, or and on cooling the vapor directly change into back into solid. Such substance is called sublimation, and the process is called sublimation. This is the method substance camphor, naphthalene, ammonium chloride, etc. are purified. Which of the process substance changes directly from solid to gas is called? That is correct answer will be A. Sublimation. The pressure Q is not given in the domestic LPG cylinder because that is they cannot represent the quality of gases in LPG cylinder. B. Consider the following statement. The addition क्या पूछा गया correct. The addition of salt to pure water increases the boiling point of water and decreases the freezing point of water. That is right. When the methyl alcohol is added to water, boiling point of water decreases. That that is also right. The correct answer will be B. and D, both 1 and 2. Which of the following shows down the reaction rate? All the relative all the related to catalyst which affect the rate of chemical reaction. The catalyst work to increase the rate of chemical reaction. The rate of any chemical reaction depend on the concentrations of reaction, catalyst temperature, the nature of reaction. In substance that readily absorb the moisture from other substance without chemically reaction with then are called, that is, deliquescence of substance. Some substance which easily absorb moisture from other substance without any chemical reaction, that is called dis disascent and hygroscopic substance. Consider the following statement. Crystallization is a process of deriving crystals of pure substance from their solution, and a bond between the constant bit atom and molecules take place during the crystallization. And the third one, it is an example of chemical chain. No, it is not an example of chemical chain. So correct answer will be B, 1 and 2. So milk is an example of, that is, colloidal solution and as well as a suspension. Which is the following is not colloid? That is vinegar. A colloid is an heterogeneous mixture in which very fine particles of one substance remain dispersed in another substance. Common example including smoke, fog, shaving cream, etc. Air is an example of mixture because nitrogen 78%, 78.084%, oxygen is 20.946%, and argon is in 0.9340%, and carbon dioxide, that is 0.0407%. Neon, that is 0.001811818%. Next gas is helium, hydrogen, krypton, and methane. The gas which is highest amount in air is nitrogen. The most abundant gas is in the Earth atmosphere is, that is, nitrogen. Which if the which of the following is noble gas is not present in air? That is radion. Which of the following will show the Tyndall effect? That is, when the beam of light passes through the colloid solution containing a particle of size comparable of the wavelength of light, the path of light becomes visible due to the scattering. This is called the Tyndall effect. Among the given options, the milk and starch solutions are colloidal solutions. Therefore, they show the Tyndall effect. Which physical process is the release of molecules oxygen from leaves? That is diffusion. The releasing of molecules oxygen from leaves is an example of diffusion. Diffusion is a process in which two or more substances mix spontaneously in the form of homogeneous mixture. The photosynthesis take the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and releasing oxygen from leaves are the example of diffusion. Detect detect is a detect the old one, that is in none of the above. Wrapping of fruit, setting set setting of cement, and burning of coal are an example of chemical change, and all the all are exothermic. Which of the following is not uncharacteristic of chemical changes? That is C. No yet changes is no yet change in energy is involved. The process in which the atomic carbon dioxide converted into the carbohydrates during the photosynthesis is, that is, reduction. In the process of reduction, the atomic carbon dioxide converted into the carbohydrate during the photosynthesis. During the photosynthesis, two substances, CO2 and H2O, react in the presence of light in the form of two products, carbohydrate and oxygen. Which of the following pairs will give the displacement reaction? That is AgNO3 solution and copper metal. Correct option will be A. The process in which oxidation number decreases is known as, that is, reduction. A reaction in which the oxidation number increases is called oxidation, and the one in which oxidation number is decreased is called reduction. In which of the following option materials are arranged in increasing order of a force to attraction between the particles? Choose the correct option. That is A. Hydrogen gas, water, iron, metal. In which of the following med- medicines production ethyl alcohol can be used? That is A. Antiseptic. Ethyl alcohol and ethanol is used in production of pharmaceuticals, polymers, leather polish, and plastic plasticizers and cosmetic substances. It is also used in production of antiseptic, and anti-allergic medicines. Which of the following is not a characteristic of solid? That is B. Ability of flow easily. Solid does not have ability to flow easily. A solid has a defined sharp and volume. Solid are mainly two types: crystalline solid and amorphous solid. Which of the following are exothermic process? That is, correct answer will be B, 2 and 3. The dilution of acid, the H2SO4, and reaction of water with quicklime. Dissol- Dilution of sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4, and the reaction of water with quicklime is an example of exothermic reaction. The chemical reaction in which heat is released along with the production is defined as an exothermic reaction. Which of the following represent the suitable condition of liquefaction of gases? That is low temperature and high pressure. Which of the following is a which of the following are the constant of soda acid fire extinguisher? That is correct option will be C. Deal sulfuric acid and sodium bicarbonate solution. In a soda acid fire extinguishers, the main component are dilute sulfuric acid and sodium bicarbonate. Baking soda solution is used as a domestic free extinguisher. This is all about from chemistry, and अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा हो तो प्लीज लाइक आवर वीडियो एंड सब्सक्राइब आवर चैनल. सो थैंक